Well, I got another knife put together, and the big reason I made this was there was a request about asking about how I made my sheath. So I thought, well, I'll put this obsidian knife together and check this thing out. Look at this blade. It's got streaks running right through it. It's just an awesome looking blade. But I did another one with the bone hilt on it. Boy, this thing just feels so good in your hand, and don't you just love obsidian? So yeah, I'm real happy with the way that came out. Nice piece of antler. Flaking looks pretty good on it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring it in here and show you a little bit how I make the sheaths. First thing is I'll lay it out on a piece of leather like this, and I kind of get the idea how I want it to be. Just kind of keep searching around until I find the right spot here. That might be it right there. And I'll determine how long I want to make the sheath. And then I take this scribe here, and as you can see, when you pull it like that, it'll leave a line. And that's what I use instead of like marking the leather with a pen. So let me get this traced out, and I'll cut out a couple pieces, and then I'll show you the next step of the process of making a sheath. Okay, I've cut out a couple pieces of leather here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to punch the holes in it. This is kind of how I do it. Nothing too complicated. I just take an awl like this, and I just punch through. And I like to put a nail in there, hold it in place, and then just find where I want to have my corners. Here. And this will be my other corner. Okay. So now it's laid out, and I can go down through here and start pre-punching all the holes for me to sew it together. As you can see, just follow right along the edge and space it out as much as I want it to be. It's just a regular awl that I'm using here. So anyway, you kind of get the idea how I punch this out. It's just the way I do it. Probably not the right way, but it's been working for me, so I probably won't change what I do. So I'll be back when I've got this punched out and ready to sew it. Okay, I've got I use this artificial sinew. Works great for sewing just about anything together. It's nice and strong, and I've never had it fail yet. So I've got the two pieces cut out now. And you can see they'll match up nice. They're all punched out. And what I'll do is I'll pick a spot to start sewing, and I'll come in from underneath here. And you'll see just how I sew these. It's not a very complicated stitch. It's something that I use. I like to come back through it just to kind of hold it in place. And then I'll go, instead of down in the next hole, I'll go underneath and come to the next hole and go diagonal like that, and I'll do the same with the next hole, and so on all the way around the sheath until I get to the over to here. And what that does is it's going to set me up for the kind of stitch that I want. You can see those are at an angle. So let me sew a few more here, and then when I'm ready. Oops. Gets caught on everything, so make sure you got everything clear when you're sewing, because you'll grab everything with this thread. But give yourself plenty of thread, because you really don't want to have to stop in the middle of it and tie another piece of thread together. Kind of just don't like the look of that. Okay. I'll be back shortly and show you what the return stitch looks like. Okay, I've made it around there, and I went through that hole a couple times, and now I'm going to go back across this way. So watch how I cross the thread. This makes a great stitch for keeping it really tight. Do a couple of those to show you what it looks like. And it really doesn't take too long to sew one of these up, as long as you know, pre-punch everything out good and get it ready. So if you're doing this right, or at least the way I'm doing it, this is what it should look like on the edge. Looks like X's. But it also looks kind of cool too, the way this comes out of the hole in two different directions. And it gives you that X stitch. But that's all there really is to my stitch. It's nothing complicated, but I've used it for a long time just because I know that it'll hold up, looks good, and something I've kind of just stumbled upon. So when I get this all done, I'll be back and we'll see if the knife actually fits in there. Sometimes if you didn't measure right, you might get a surprise after you've made your sheath, and that's not the kind of surprise you want. You want it to slide right in there, and I hope it does. I was pretty careful about how I compared it, laid it on there, and traced it out. So I'll be back shortly, and we'll take a look. Okay, I've got all the way around, and I've tied the sinew in a knot here. I'll just cut that off with my jackknife. Just leave just a little bit of it, like that. And what I do with those is I don't know how much you guys have ever worked with this imitation sinew, but you can burn the ends of these, and that pretty much seals the knot, and it won't. Be real careful when you push on those. I've had those stick to my finger before and burn me pretty good, but sheath's all done. I just got a little bit of extra things to do to it, but I think it looks pretty good. And you can see the stitch all the way around. And what we'll do is we'll try it with a knife here. Hey, look at that. We got a fit here. Good fit. Okay, so maybe I'll do a little tooling on this sheath, and after that we'll take a look at the finished product. I got something I want to say about it, and I'll be back then. Well, the tooling I do is pretty simple. I've got a tool here that has an arrowhead on it, and I always put that on all of my knives. I'll just kind of position that right in the very bottom of it and give it a good slam, and you can see that imprints my little arrowhead. And then after that, it's just a matter of, you know, taking a tool, whatever you choose to use, and just going around, kind of tapping it. Leather's soft enough to take this real good. And it doesn't take long to lay a little bit of a design in here. Kind of dresses up the sheath, keeps it from being so plain and ordinary looking. And you can see that I laid that in there pretty nice. So I'll finish up the rest of that and I'll be back. Well, here it is. It's all finished. It's all tooled now. Got a little strap on here that holds it. All the strap does is just fold through itself, and actually keeps it pretty snug. So I'm thinking I want to part with this one maybe. I'm going to try something that I've never done before. I don't know if too many people have, but I might try to do like a silent auction, whatever, with this. And the idea is, if anybody is interested in this knife, make me an offer, give me a private message, make me an offer on it. I'll take offers for 2 days. After 2 days, I'll take a look at the mails, and person that makes the best offer, or the one I like, whatever, will get this knife. So if nobody offers, that's fine. I'm going to keep it. but I thought I'd make this one available. It is a pretty sweet little knife, and I do like the way this blade came out. Really feels comfortable in your hand. So there it is. It's all done. This is today's project. Pretty happy with the way it all ended up. Had a lot of adjustment to do on the sheath here. That was probably the hardest part, is making the sheath. Napping the blade wasn't too bad either. So you can just pull this around there, and that gives you a nice tight hold right there to it. So anyway, guys, thanks for watching. The main purpose of this was to show how I stitch and make the sheaths, and just want to thank everybody that took the time to watch this, and for all your comments.